G'day world, and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications, and outdoor stuff with knives. Today I am doing my top 10 knives for 2021, and I'm doing it here, well, you can't see now, I'll show you later, at my parents' place. Okay, so we're outside here in the wild, and we are going to go through my top 10 knives. Now I'm counting them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I have the one that I'm carrying with me, so I'm going to have 11 knives. Yes, that was not the plan, but it's going to be top 11 knives for 2021. Okay, first off, I want to start off with one-offs. Things that happened, that's cool, that I think we should look at. This one. This is a fantastic knife. This is the leaf-shaped Honey Badger 8CR13 MOV. It's got, what do you call this stuff? GFN or whatever, the plastic handles, but it's a fantastic knife, beautiful blade shape, super action, fidgety as all heck, fantastic knife. Okay, so there's no order to this. I'm not doing a number 1 to 10. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just showing you the knives that I like. Okay, before we continue, these are not expensive knives. These are all budget knives or close to budget knives. And then nothing that's just a remake in a different steel or things like that. These are knives that came out this year that caught my fancy and that I think everybody can own, if not should own. Okay, then next up, Cold Steel Range Boss. This thing is fantastic. Okay, this might be considered the remake of the Broken Skull, just budget, but this thing is wonderful. Beautiful stonewash, beautiful 4-inch, useful blade, wonderful triad lock. This one is also something, and like I said, it is quite budget friendly. You must just check your fingers, but it's a fantastic knife. Cold Steel Range Boss. Okay, and for a backlock that you can flip like that, this thing is marvelous. Then what do we have? Okay, we cannot forget this year without thinking about the Pillar 3. Okay, as much as the initial Pillar put CRKT back on the map, because I don't always like CRKT, it feels like I'm paying a lot for a 8CR13 blade, but this knife, the design, the shape, the finger choil, the way it feels, this thing is quite fantastic. So the CRKT Pillar 3, this is not the expensive one with the D2, this is the normal run-of-the-mill cheap as sin one. But the action on this thing is quite fantastic. Okay, so CRKT Pillar 3. Then, we cannot talk about budget knives or knives without talking about, and then I failed it, sorry, that's my fault, without talking about CIVIVI. Okay, so this is my CIVIVI Appalachian Drifter. It's not the 2, it's the 1. It's the good one. It's the one that has the double detent. Hollow grind. This one I think is S35VN, if I can remember correctly. Yes, it is, with my Carta. So it's premium materials, wonderful knife. I cannot remember the price, but I think this might actually be the most expensive one in here. Okay, but I love this knife, and it's a fantastic knife. It's a great little EDC thing. Okay, so if you do not like the fact that it's non-locking, get yourself one of these, but the new one, the Appalachian Drifter 2, because that one does have a liner lock. But I like living on the edge. Okay, so there we go with our CIVIVI. These are not necessarily the best knives for the year, but these are the ones I like the most. Okay, so everybody's got their own taste, otherwise you would all be married to my wife, but this is the knives that I like for this year. Okay, so before we, oh no, this is the last lone one. And then this thing, you've seen it a lot from me the last while. This is the Bestech Operator. Okay, this thing looks angry. It feels angry. It's a big chunker. It's a tactical knife, but there's few things not to like about this knife. It's thick, it's big, it's robust. This blade feels like it wants to work. I think last night or whenever I showed you a video with me striking a ferro rod on this thing's spine, it's extremely crisp. This is a great knife. If you want a very hard working knife, get one of these. And then look at the beautiful pop of color over there. Okay, so the best tech operator. We are at 5 now. This year, I tended to gravitate towards Kizer and another brand more than anything else. Okay, so for my Kizers for this year that I truly loved, 2021, you have to think about the Swags Swayback. Button lock, fantastic action, beautiful hand feel, small enough to not worry anybody, but large enough to do anything. Fantastic action on this thing. Okay, so this is a button lock done right. I love this little thing. It's N690. They called this micarta, but I'm not sure what it actually is. It might actually be G10, but this is a fantastic little knife also. So we are at number 6. Then we have this guy. I've been carrying this thing non-stop for a while now. This is the Kizer Rapids. Okay, so the Kizer Rapids, 154 cm steel, which is my favorite steel. Carlos, I cannot remember his surname. Check the video. Well, check videos on all of these. But this thing has been in my pocket non-stop since I got it. Beautiful micarta inlays on a G10 scale. And then we have the stainless steel liners. Look at the thumb ramp over there. It's actually a bit of the, what do you call this, of the blade sticking out where the thumb studs is. But it makes it so super snappy. Okay, so it's not just inset, and it's also out of the cutting path of the blade. So if you cut something, the thumb studs won't be in the way. Beautiful knife, love this thing. Then, the next Kizer up. Do you remember the Quatch? Okay, this is the Kizer Quatch, N690. Beautiful micarta. Look at the, what do you call this, character this has been building. And then at the back we have this beautiful copper inlay, and it's been patinaing nicely all on its own. This is a wonderful knife. Super action, super thin blade. This is a straight razor with an attitude. Okay, then the last Kizer on the list. I have been late to the party on this one. This is also 154 cm, the Kizer Sheepdog with thumb hole. Contoured scales, beautiful micarta, beautiful pocket clip. Everything has got, what do you call it, sunken screws. This is a fantastic little user knife. Okay, so Sheepdog must be in here. Then the last brand I want to talk about for this year is Kansept knives. Now there's a few Kansepts I missed, there's a few that's a bit more expensive. We're not going to talk about them, but I do want to show you this thing again. This is the Kansept Helix. Okay, so this is a fantastic knife. D2, big blade, flipper only, wonderful. Look at that. This is the cheapest one you can find. This is the stainless steel with the G10 overlays, but this is a big beastie knife. Okay, so I really enjoyed this one. And then the last one for Kansept this year, and I must admit, actually most likely my favorite knife of this year, the Main Street, the full size Kansept Main Street. Okay, again 154 cm steel, which, as I have said many times, my favorite. Dirk Pinkerton design. That's the same guy that designed the Proponent. Brass is class. This is a fantastic EDC knife. Beautiful milled pocket clip. I cannot remember if it's titanium or not. It might be. If it's not, it's still awesome. Yes, I love this knife. When you're carrying this knife, or when you have it in your pocket, you feel like you have a knife with you. This thing is marvelous. Okay, so there was my quick look at knives from 2021 that I really appreciated and that I really liked. We are going away a bit, so from tomorrow we'll be seeing all kinds of weird videos again. But I will take a few knives with, and we will do a few knife videos. Today is Christmas Day, so I've eaten quite a lot, so I need my wife to rub my belly with butter so I do not get stretch marks. Not really, maybe later. So yes, stay safe, happy, and have a good one. And Merry Christmas.